All right. Ooh, now this one has the color looking all crazy. Hold on. All right, there we go. So, hello everyone. Incredible morning. Today we are going to have a little discussion, a little talk. So, not so much silhouette or sublimation. This is something that's going to help you guys in business in general. Especially if you are someone that's looking to utilize social media. This is something that I have said quite a few times before, as far as this statement that social media is a resource, not the source. And something happened to some uh, counterparts of mine, some people who I associate with, who I work with, the blank spot, and that they got blocked on one of their major, like one of their main platforms. And it just made it to where I wanted to discuss this topic again. So I will say right now, I am streaming to my two YouTube channels, and it is for you guys to hear it while it's live, but it will not stay there. So if you are watching, you'll hear me say this a couple of times. If you're watching the playback, I'm referencing to the fact that right now I am streaming to my Honestly Speaking and my Sillaholics Anonymous YouTube channels. However, this content will not stay up on those. You can watch the replay over on my Facebook page or on 365 Creative Academy if there's something in here that you want to go back and reference. However, it will not stay up. So I have it here because I have an audience in those areas, and I think this is very valuable information. But this video will not stay up on those platforms, as it's not really in line with what those two platforms are for, as far as silhouette related, and then demos for different creative things. All right. So, incredible morning. How are you guys doing over on TikTok? Incredible morning. Thank you guys for jumping on. Incredible morning. Incredible morning. Hello, everyone. So let me reintroduce myself. My name is Shakia, the professor of HS8 365 LLC. We are the parent company of Sillaholics Anonymous, as well as Honestly Speaking, which is our product line where we currently carry sublimation ink, sublimation paper, pigment ink, and other accessories for your Epson printers and different creative resources like HS Ink Digital for files and templates and all that kind of good jazz, right? I am someone who built my business, and it really grew from social media. I've been doing this for quite some time. I feel like social media has changed quite a bit over the years. I am someone who initially grew on YouTube. That was like my main platform. I put everything into it. Before I even knew that you could actually make money on YouTube, I just kind of used that as, actually, no, scratch that. Facebook was first, because I ended up going to Facebook because, like, the whole MySpace thing, whatever. So I was on MySpace, just being social. So it was like a matter of Facebook. And then when I created my business persona, if you don't ever listen to anything I say, if you're wanting to get in business and you are going to be someone that uses social media, I have a video where I talk about this in a different video as well, that you must have a social media persona for the business side. Whether you are someone that wants to educate and teach, which means people will end up inboxing you quite a bit, or if you have, even if you have a business where you do custom items, such as, I'll just kind of stick to what I do: chip bags, water bottle labels, party decor, sublimation, custom shirts, mugs, tumblers, any of those things. If you have a business where you're doing that and you want to create a separation of the two, you still need to have a business profile, meaning not a business page. Do understand that there's a very big difference between a business page and a business profile. You can, because your audience still wants to connect with you. Because we're not big businesses in retail, you don't expect to go and have Facebook or YouTube interactions or TikTok or Instagram interactions with the owners of these platforms all the time. So like for Instagram and Facebook, you're not going to where you're going to see Mark's Facebook page is his personal one. You're seeing him out with his family, and they choose to share like little snippets, but it's not like you're seeing their entire family. You don't expect to like maybe interact with them and just talk to them like they're your homeboy, your homegirl. You don't have that for the CEO or whoever is the head of the board for Walmart or McDonald's and things like that. You don't really get that. But as small businesses, because you're not at that level, it's a certain level of personal connection that you end up having to have with your customer base. And a lot of people will use social media. Keyword in that is social. Although it can help your business, the key word that we must remember that it is social. People say this isn't a social call, this is a business call, right? Social is totally different from business. It's where you're supposed to let your head down. You're interacting with the person. So although you can have your business page, Facebook, all these platforms are social. They're going to push that content that's just feel good content or something that's going to tag at your emotions. They're going to push that first before any of your business content. When you want business content, the ones that they promote, they have a little button that says boost. They want their coins as well for you to promote your business, but they'll go and they will let social content, let it fly. That's why a lot of people will go and they'll strategically use their social media platforms to end up making content where it's about their business. They'll use popular sounds, but the words, you'll have to read those, and then it's like it'll connect it back somehow to their business, because those sounds and just you reacting to them or doing dances and stuff to it, that becomes a social aspect. Although you can do it, certain things from your business page, it's like it's business. So if you want that social interaction, you have to create a separation of the two. So like I have a platform where my high school friends and my cheerleaders and my cheer parents and all of them, like I interact with them. I have that profile on Meta. But I also have Shakia Lavelle, which most of you guys know that one. And that's how I interact as a professor. I do share parts of my lives. We've seen little snippets of my son and stuff like that. I probably spend more time on that social media platform than anything else. But it's not it's not completely, my personal account. I still interact with people. How I conduct and carry myself, I have to be very mindful of what I do on Shakia Lavelle, because that's where most of my audience resides. I have family stuff on there, but that's not how I interact with them. Like if I want to go and kind of maybe respond to something in a way that y'all feel like the professor should not, I can do that on my other platform. It's important for everyone. If you are selling candles and things like that, you want to have that separation. You don't want them all in your business or people making decisions about how they interact with you because of something that you post. Maybe, you're someone that's very, very buttoned up and, in the public eye, you're a certain way, but you might want to, let loose, and you got a couple videos and you don't want to see your customers like, see you twerking with your little short skirt on and this, that, and the third. Maybe you had a Halloween, because today is Halloween. Maybe you had a Halloween costume that was a little bit more like, it's fun or whatever. But maybe the one that you're gonna wear tonight is, little cat suit, little something, whatever. But it's still your personal business. You can be personable on your social media, but it doesn't have to be where it's like you put all your business out there. So I say all that to say, if you're thinking about starting business, even if you're already into it, is it something that's going to blow up overnight? It's going to take people time to send friend requests. From a business page, if you guys don't know, you cannot initiate inboxes to people. So when you're out there, you're communicating and someone says, okay, yeah, send me a message from your business page, you cannot. They must contact you. And there's reasons for that, because even with like our websites and stuff, you cannot just send someone an email. They have to subscribe and say that they are okay with receiving email marketing and communications. That's why when people want me to send them stuff, I always make sure that they send me even an email first. Because if you email me, no matter what I send you, whether it comes off as something that is salesy or marketing, you contacted me first. So there's reasons for that. So from a business account, you cannot initiate inboxes. But if you have a personal, I mean, a professional profile that's associated with that, you can initiate inbox. There are certain things that you also like how the inbox work from a business side and a personal side, like the personal profiles, it's a little bit different. So it gives you additional options, right? If you um, have the personal one, like even though it's like your business profile, you can have it where it's either your business name or a name that like you want your customers to like refer to you. You can go and do like friend requests, and your engagements and your interactions are different from a business profile versus a just your business page. And I'm calling it a business profile, but it's like it's just you go on there, you set up a regular, it's like a regular Facebook account, but you're using it for business. So how you interact with them, certain groups don't allow pages. So if you're wanting to get into certain spaces where it's going to be your core audience, and it's an audience that you need, and you need to engage with them, and you want to build this as some people will like business coaches will say, like, they have to know, like, and trust you. If you're trying to build that and you just want to engage with them, a lot of these groups won't let you. They have it where they block it where you can't join from a business page because they want their group to be social. They don't want to feel like people are coming in there to sell people on certain things. They're afraid of people coming in and scamming. There's a lot of scamming that goes on social media. So it's good to have a business profile. All right. So we're going to say that. Also, what this does is it connects you with your audience should something happen to either one of them. Okay. Whether it is your business page or your personal page. If your personal business page profile, if one of them goes down because someone went and they reported it, I was like so hurt to hear that someone who I they give such valuable information. Like I learn a lot and I take a lot. I end up writing down little notes, little things that in the hustle and bustle of building a business, you sometimes forget about small things. Even if you do know them, it's like they're pushed to the back of your mind because you have so many other things in the forefront. So I enjoy watching their content, which is the blank spot. And to see that just because someone was offended by something that they said, they went and reported it. And these social media platforms, they don't want to hear your side. They feel like they want to appeal to the masses. So since someone reported it without hearing both sides, it's not you're innocent until proven guilty. You are guilty, and you're guilty until proven innocent is basically how they are. So someone goes and reports it, guess what? You're gonna get shut down. You're gonna get blocked because they say it was hate speech, it was this, that, and the third. And that could just be somebody that's being a hater. Your work, there are certain things and how you can report something where it will get you shut down. I've shared with you guys that I'm dealing with the fact that I worked very hard to be one of very few African American women who's in the craft space, like you guys like to call it, or creative space that is fully monetized on Meta. Facebook. It takes a lot to get to that point. A lot of people will go and they'll have reels bonuses, but I literally can make money off of ads playing on my videos. Someone said once before they've never seen the commercial break. If I'm on too long, Meta wants their money because I have a business page and they will do a commercial break and break into my live video and show a whole commercial. There's someone and they're bots or they're like scammers overseas. Every time that I am live, they put a copyright claim. I don't play any music. It is my voice. How can anyone have a copyright claim to my voice? I have absolutely no idea. I go through this every single time I do a live video, but one of the last ones, I thought it was hysterical, and I shared it because it wasn't even based off of saying like audio or a sound. It was like like music. It said something like herb or verb or something like that. And I'm like, seriously? And Meta allowed them to even have this claim to where I had to dispute it, and I have to go through this y'all understand. Every time I do a live video to help you guys, I end up having another job that I have to do in order to protect the money that I make from Facebook. And I have to go in every single time. It's gotten to the point now, I just wrote it up, I copy and paste, and I have to put it on there every time. But there's a couple of pages that you have to go through to get to that point where you're going to dispute it. And they say, okay, the person's going to see it. I don't care. They see it. And I go on there. And my response always says, you are a scammer and a liar. Go find something to do. Go get a job. Stop trying to steal from other people. This is my content, my voice. I don't play any music. That is literally how I respond. And I've gone and I've copied and pasted because they are scammers. And when they tell me, oh, they're going to be able to read it. Okay, I'm going to send it to you. And as soon as they read it, they release the claim on it. And I end up getting my money. It's not held up anymore. But I have to keep doing this and keep doing this and keep doing this to a point where I was ready to just say, you know what, bump it. It ain't worth it. Them little bit of coins ain't worth it. Look, I have Shaquille Lavelle. Most people will probably watch from Shaquille Lavelle because I interact socially. So I get more engagement from Shaquille Lavelle, like that profile anyway. Will I make a couple cents off of the ads and stuff that play? No. But are those couple of cents worth it to deal with this headache and create another job for myself where I literally have to just wait about 30 minutes? The claim comes and I have to do this process every time and just click through. Is it worth it? And I had to tell myself, it's worth it for my audience. If nothing else, for my audience, because I can't let them win to where they are affecting how I interact with my audience. So I just do it. And then now, end up talking with my husband. So it's like, hey, we'll just play tag team. When it comes up, we see it come up. One of us will just go ahead and submit the dispute. But what if I could not take it anymore? If I don't post to that, or what their solution to me was to block it from other countries. But I enjoy it. My 11-year-old enjoys when someone goes and says, "Hey, I'm watching from, from another country." He always asks, "Mommy, was somebody watching from another country?" He asks me that all the time. So their solution was for me to block that or to start over. Do y'all know how long it took me to get 10,000? You have to get 10,000 followers, not likes, 10,000 followers. So the person would have to follow and like. And then you have to have, it's a crazy number. I want to say it's something crazy like, is it 40,000 or 400,000 public watch hours? And then it has to be in a certain time frame. So let's say I got like a big boost of them, like in, let's say, May, right? And then I get to like this one. I forget how many months it is. I'm not sure if it's 3 month period, 6 month period, or it might even be, I think it's 60 days actually. So 2 months, within a 2 month period, if I got a bunch of views 1 month, and let's say this month to like reach it, I was off by, because it happened to me when I was doing it. If I was off by 1 minute, everything from that month, like that 3 months ago, falls off. And now it's almost like the clock starts over and they're only counting for those 2 months. I went through that a couple of times where I was literally like 5 minutes off, 1 minute off, a couple of times. They make it very hard. So I'm very proud of the fact that I'm in this position. I said I worked too hard to give that up. But what if I wasn't me? What if I wasn't this strong to go and deal with this the same way I deal with backbiting and everything else? What if I wasn't? I lose that audience. If I put, as D said this morning, all of my eggs in one basket and make that my source um of people to teach to, for people to sell our products to, and I couldn't take it anymore, I now lose a customer base if I did not have anything else because I put everything into one location. If I put in social at any point, all social media can go down. There was one point where most of the Facebook went down, and of course they're connected. So it's like Instagram. I've had times where YouTube, they're doing updates. I can't post any content to that. So what happens? If right now something happens to any of their buildings where the servers are held, where all of this stuff works, for anybody, not just for me, if you're doing everything on social media because it's easy, it's convenient, You can sit at a desk, or not even at a desk. You can literally be on your phone and just send out information. So it becomes very easy. It becomes almost a lazy effort for some people. They'd rather just do everything social media. You have people that make money to tell you you need to do X, Y, and Z on social media. And you would invest all this time where in a blink of an eye, like Thanos snap, it can be taken away from you. I talk about it all the time, whether it goes in one ear and out the other, you got to build locally. People love to say, my assignment is not global, is not local, it's global. Well, if you don't have the money to travel the world and be in front of them, all you're doing is using your websites, you're using social media. My Shopify site was down for hours last week. Shopify had this whole big thing. I'm not sure they were doing an update. Oh, I couldn't get on my Shopify site to process no order. So even that is not guaranteed. I cannot control that. But you know what I can control? My feet, my mouth, my presence locally. So you have to understand that social media is a resource, not the source. Everything, I mean, it's good to kind of have, have audiences in different places. But if you're only relying, especially if you're only relying on one social media platform and you're in this for business, you are putting your entire business in their hands. And that's foolish. If you are not going out and making local connections, as I've said before, if every house, if you go 2 blocks up, 2 blocks over, in any direction from your house, if you live in an apartment building or a condo, any type of complex, and if it's buildings, if who's above you and below you don't know you exist, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Because you have this mindset and let people tell you that it's all in social media. That's how you're going to make money. It's a resource, not the source. You create the sources of where you're going to market, how you build brand awareness, how people know you exist. Word of mouth still works, people. 83 point, I can't say point six, I guess I can't say 65%. 83.65%. Y'all know anything, I like to put 365 in there. Of my business probably comes from word of mouth, which is even on social media. Social media is still a word of mouth. When someone goes and they share, that's them saying, I think this is pretty dope. Y'all should check it out too. I've tried this product. It's dope as hell. You should try it too. I'm going to share that I'm using this. So that's still word of mouth. Y'all don't see it as word of mouth because you just see it as a like or a share. Still word of mouth. And it works locally as well. I'm not sure if well, I wasn't on here, so only if you were on TikTok. Eric had asked me about, on Saturday we had a really, really long live and like what's next. And I said that in this move to have headquarters, I have to have a bigger vision. Don't get me wrong. I love and I'm very grateful for everyone that has got me here, but I have to still grow. If those on social media won't share, won't like, am I supposed to go and bury my head in the sand and not continue to grow my business when I know that there's other places locally that can benefit from from my knowledge and what I know and I can help others grow? People go and become keyboard bullies, keyboard gangsters. So if I put my business to where they're going to get online and they're going to backbite, talk about me, say this, that, and the third, and people end up coming across it and they've never seen my content. All they know is that person and what they put out there. That's a customer I may lose that I didn't even know about. I can't control people that I don't have access to. I'm not jet setting the world and going to people to worry about being global. But what I can do is make an impact locally. I can control I can control the sources that I can control. I can't control. that these platforms don't belong to me. Hell, what's the people who AT&T? They some haters. Wi-Fi always acting up. I'm probably blurry right now on Facebook and YouTube. I'm clear over here though, because you know the Samsung be giving, honey. You know the Galaxy be giving. You know the Android over here is giving color. It ain't giving blurry on TikTok. I be looking cute over here on TikTok. But over here between Facebook and YouTube and that internet, they be hating and it be blurry. But see, this is one where y'all ain't got to worry about seeing my little cute face, as long as you can hear my voice, you know. But even with that, like there are times where I wanted to go live. I've had classes that I could not do because I can't control the internet. If somebody cut a line, it goes out there doing testing. If all of my classes are strictly online, and let's say the internet went out, short of trying to just say, you know what, I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna get a new company to come in. I still gotta wait for that company to come and hook up the internet. Uh, Eric said something. It was about wholesale, and you can only do that for something that you create. I did not create social media. I did not create the internet. Hell, even my computer can betray me one day and decide it don't want to cut on. Yesterday, for my order with the internet, my 7820 betrayed me and wanted, it's normally my best printer. It wanted to print slow. So you know what I had to do? Because I have a business, I don't rely, because of the level of business that I want to have, and I understand business. I don't have just one printer. I got two. So when that 7840 was acting hotmess.com yesterday, oh, faithful over here, that 7210 did this one. That thing was, wait, hold on, wait, y'all missed it. See, look at God. I was like, I almost ran out of the house because I forgot to give her these. And so I was like, dang it, she had another one. But look at God, because now I got a whole mess I'm talking about. But look, hey, that's seven. Y'all see them? Hey, I hope it ain't blurry. Y'all see that? Y'all see how them colors popping with that? Honestly speaking, sublimation paper and ink, baby. Y'all see that from that 7210? If I had to rely on just that 7820, if I would have put my entire business on that one printer and how it was printing, I would not have been able to make $100 in an hour, because that sucker over there will print. Oh Lord, I tell you, that sucker was printing slow. It was printing slow. So it's not even just social media, like in your business. It's one thing if you're starting out and it's a hobby. If it's a hobby, you can have one Cameo, one Cricut. But if you tell me I'm having a business, you can't, whether you like it or not, I'm gonna keep on saying it. You can't run no business with no one machine. You can't run business with no printer. You can't run business if you don't have a network. So if you do have the one, y'all want to go and not communicating. You're worried about this person stealing your customers, this, that, and the third. To where if something were to go down with your one little printer, your one little cutter, you don't have a resource to go to say, hey, can you either do it for me? Can I come over so I can finish this? Because you're too worried about keeping money. Oh, wait, hold, that's a whole other topic. Let me stop. But that's the same thing. What are your resources? What are your resources? And if you don't have multiple resources in any part of business, that is the part that you guys seem to miss. Business. I appreciate those who learn from me. It's just a hobby for me. I'm not really doing this to make money. If it's gifts or whatever, that's fine. But I know that my assignment, I gave up on at I'm getting back into it now because I have the help and I have the resources on my creative business, my customs business, because there was a need for those who wanted to learn. I sacrificed my elite prints and creations for others. So, oh Jesus, okay, I hear you, Lord. My bad. Hold on, y'all. Okay, never mind. I shut up. I shut up. He can shut me up. All right, I hear you. Never mind. I ain't gonna go there. That's something between me and God at this point. All right, so I'm missing a whole bunch of comments. So let me kind of see what's going on over here. Let me take a breather and from talking so much and see what y'all seeing over here and over there. Um, that's why you get backup accounts. Exactly. Um, it's the haters who report people. Thank you. Thank you. What happened with the blank spot? Somebody reported Eric's live from he does his morning walks and inspiration walks at 6 o'clock. Somebody was up at 6 a.m. being haters, and they reported it and said that it was, I guess, hateful or something. They didn't like somebody says they reported him, and TikTok blocked them from doing live videos. But that's okay because I'm gonna need y'all to go support them on that YouTube because that's where the coins are. Help my people get their hours so they can be fully monetized. So go ahead over to the Blank Spots YouTube channel. Make sure that y'all hit that subscribe button. Let me tell you, don't get me wrong, they do the creative side as well. But when you want to understand that financial part, when it's like just hearing like their conversations are so great. Like I am drawn in every time. Like I get upset if I can't watch it live. Go over to the Blank Spot when they're having those. But you still need a national BBL YouTube as well. Oh, wait, they're watching over here. You still need a national Brazilian but now I can't stop saying it because it actually is business. Let me stop playing. I always hear it that way. You still need a national BB YouTube channel. And also their TikTok. But you can go check them out when they're having their Monday discussions and their Friday discussions over on YouTube as well. Okay. But that's crazy. Like, do you guys know what it would take, right? When people go and get a back, like that's the part that's crazy to me. I have to do double the work. And I'm not even gonna call it haters. It's miserable people. You are miserable with your account, your finances, your reach, your platform, your business, your life, your marriage. You're miserable. I'm sorry. No other way to put it. It's not even a matter of being like a hate. Like people say hater. But that's crazy. So because you have nothing better to do, someone said it best on their live this morning. When you have an issue with something you see on TV, what do? You change the channel. You don't call the TV company. I don't remember her name. She said it on Eric's live. So it'll probably be in her live chat. But you don't call the TV company. You just simply change the channel. So rather than you just it's real easy. Like I don't even get that. It's like so easy to move away from something you don't want to hear, you don't want to see. It's called swipe. You don't want to see them. You can block that part. You can still enjoy all of social media. Everybody else that you want to see, you can block them. And they stuff won't come up. Y'all know that. Did you know you can block? You ain't gotta wait to be blocked because you're gonna come on here and say some foolishness. Now I got to do work to go find you and block you. I got to make more work for myself. No, homie, I'm gonna need you to help. Go ahead and help yourself to the block button. Just going about your business. Go peace out. Like you can do that. You can just swipe. So I now have to do double the work because I have to create the content. Then I have to log out. I have to create the content. And then if I create the content on the one platform with that sound and all that, in order for me to download it, to put it on the other one, guess what? It's not going to seem like it's authentic or original to that backup account. It's going to have my name on it because that's how they watermark all their stuff. So that means now I got to go into another damn program. And I got to go and blur out this hoe. Who finna do all this work because y'all miserable? Man, please look, I'm not backing up ish. If it happens and it goes, all right, then guess what? I'm just now going to focus on the next one. Or if I have to get a backup one, I'm just in a backup. If I got to now create a new platform because that I'm going to have to just create a new. But what I'm not about to do is try and figure out how in the heck I'm going to maintain my regular account and my backup account when I still got a business to run. I still got, who got time for that because you ain't got shit better to do. No, homie, I ain't got time for it. Not gonna happen, Captain. Not on my watch. Everything happens for a reason. Exactly. That's crazy that you have to do that every time, every single time, every single time. I look for his morning walks daily. Exactly. They didn't move to YouTube. What y'all don't understand is they've always been on YouTube, but most people like. I mean, so okay, I'll tell you what one of the greatest benefits of TikTok is. If you just happen to be on that platform, like some of these other platforms can kind of learn from it, where there is a section where you can go and you can see so many different live videos. Anybody who you follow when they're live, it shows it to you at the top. That like, if you're watching somebody else live, it shows it to you. So it puts you in front of your audience. I will give TikTok that because it makes it very, it's really, it makes your audience getting to you very easily accessible because I mean you can literally click a button and see everybody that's live. You can search live like by like you can see like based off things off topics and stuff, or let's say you're on a live and you swipe, you can see of all the other lives that are there and you can see the titles and decide, okay, hey, I want to go to this. The way that that is set up is absolutely amazing. When you're on Facebook and you go to that, it's not the same thing. The notifications hell of a lot better over on TikTok than they are on any of the other platforms. If you go to YouTube, I do believe that. Let me see. Hold on. I'm actually I'm on YouTube right now, so you'll see certain things, and I see that I'm live, and I look kind of crazy right now. But okay, so there is a live one that you can go to. It's going to show you a bunch of friggin' lives. But while you're on one, it's not showing you like other lives and stuff like that. So I will say the way TikTok does their live, it does make it where you can connect with your audience easier and faster. But they've always been on YouTube. It's just people weren't watching over there. Now y'all got to go watch over on YouTube and help my people get their watch hours up. I'm gonna come over here, y'all. 1 second. Even with the backup page, they can come there and report to exactly. God said, don't worry, this is an opportunity for them to grow their YouTube. Exactly. You are right. People are crazy. They don't have nothing better to do. Exactly. All right. So checking in from Virginia. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Hallows Eve or Hallelujah nights, as you know, we would say at our church. Do you mentor small new business owners? I would love to be taken under your wing. So I'm gonna come back to I'm gonna end with that one and why I teeter on that. I'm gonna come back to that one. So hopefully you're still watching. Thank you for us. I am on Facebook Marketplace and I'm constantly getting, I want to buy this. What's your contact number? I know there are scammers. I get that a lot. People watch and scroll, but don't double tap and like. Exactly. Let's see. Hey, incredible morning. You are very welcome. Thank you for all you do. I know you have truly helped me in my business, and I thank God for you daily. And y'all don't understand. Y'all are the reason why I do this, because baby, some days I want to give up. Thank you for your sacrifice to help me. Girl, shut your mouth and keep on talking. What is it? Creative Spot? No. So the blanks, they are, let me see if I can say this right. They are a sublimation. The sublimation supply. It's another word in there, if I'm not mistaken. Sublimation blanks and supply business located in Columbia, South Carolina. 244 on man, it's something like that. Man, y'all go check them out. They say that business name all the time. This the blanks, as in sublimation blank spot. We are a sublimation blanks and supply store with a little bit of eco solvent ink. Let's see. Hey, just say. All right, so that was the last of that one. I'm gonna go back to here. I technically mentor people every single day if you take the time to listen. there's so much to this. Sometimes the lives are longer, but there's information in it. I know that everyone's not going to be able to watch a bunch of live videos, especially if they're longer ones, people asking questions. It's a lot of like different information in there. Trust me, I know, which is why I've scaled back some so that I mean, at least try to maybe catch it at some point during the day. And I try not to do as many like just general Q&A lives. I try and make if I'm going to do a video about something and it's about like doing shirts or something like that, if I'm doing a demo, you'll figure out how to do it in like the first part of it. The rest of it is just me repeating it, and you'll really get to see how long it takes to do a project, right? So if it was when I did the shirt, I did the 50 towel. Every time I lift this up, baby, them colors is nice. Them colors is nice. Every time I lift it up, I'm like, damn, that's nice on the screen. But anywho, when I do those, it's like I'm showing you the entire process. Could I go and just do one and get off? I could. If you really think about it, when I'm doing the longer videos, especially if it's something like doing a shirt order, if I'm making a tumbler, what that is giving you is a true sense of how long something like that takes. It's one thing when we think about like, okay, I do one tumbler, it's like, it's just one. But when you have to do a bunch of them and you have to learn and have to figure out a process for it, right? It's not done in 15 minutes. Sometimes edit videos can give you a false sense of hope, right? As far as how long something's going to take. So I do a lot of videos where I'm showing the full process when it comes to designing. Even in all of my talking, I'm educating and I'm teaching because I'm breaking it down. It's a lot more than just learning how to click on something and just make it go, because you can follow my video for that. But what happens when you have your own image that you have to do and you don't understand it? When you go and you're in school, although they are teaching from a textbook, they are talking to you for you to learn and for you to understand the why, not just the how. That is what I pride myself on teaching. So everything that I do when I'm on any type of video and I'm sharing about business, I try to share the good, the bad, and the ugly. When I come on here and I talk about things that I go through that are hurtful, that are hard to hear, hard to process, some people will see it as whining, complaining, or they'll see it as something that's it's negative, it's a failure. But this is something that every business person is going to go through. What y'all think Kanye kind of going through right now in his mind of everything that's going on, and people feel like people are turning their backs on you, right? For whatever reason. But there's so many things to this. But it's like people come on social media and just want to, or they come on videos, they come to classes, and they just want to hear the good stuff. It ain't always peaches and cream. So I try to make my platform to where no matter how you're going to receive it, it is reality. Whether you want to hear me say that all these people that's telling you can make 6 figures, and I'm saying, look, yes, I have done this. I am not just trying to teach you something and say, okay, learn this because you can make money. Yet the person that's telling you you can make money if you learn it, they've never made any real money from it. I made money from it. Damn good money. Still make money from it. I like what I do now a little bit better. It's less like work that you have to do, and my house is not filled with like balloons here, balloons there, and all that other stuff. Still got an inventory room, but it's a little bit different now. So when I go and I say that, and I'm trying to tell you, like, worry about what you're working on first before you start to add all these additional streams of income. If you're going to add additional streams of income and it's supposed to make you money, those things should be things that you're not hands-on when you're adding all this stuff. An additional stream of income will be once you make money from your regular job or from your business, you make your business to pay yourself because you can't really do it from your business money. You make investments. Maybe take that and invest in some stocks. You ain't doing no work. The stock doing the work for you. That's a stream of income. It really is. It's a stream of income. Doing other things, not where you're going to take on, where you're going to add all these streams, because You're doing t-shirts, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that. You got to figure out where all this stuff gonna be stored at, because you're like, okay, I don't even have enough space. You want to go and run a business where you need as much space as a Walmart and all you have is a dining room table. How that make sense? So whether you want to hear it that way or not, if it offends you in me saying that or not, that is on you. But I'm giving you the reality of the situation. I've been doing this for a while. Some people have just gotten into it. I share all of my experience. I've shared my story of the experience and the background that I have. So anytime I'm on here, it's a teaching moment. It's a mentor moment. It's like, hey, when the professor on, let me go ahead and get some pen and paper because I don't know what she's going to say that's going to bless me. As far as actually mentoring someone, people have that word so screwed up as far as what it means to mentor. And the level that most people, when they are starting in business, the level of mentorship they really want and need. It takes a lot of commitment. If I'm going to mentor people, I have to know your business. I have to know what resources you need to help you get to the next level. It's not cookie cutter. At this point in my career, in our company, we don't have the resources to where, even though it might be my vision is, okay, this is what I want people to learn and what I want them to know. A university, a college has all these different things they can teach from, but it's not one professor. They have to have multiple people. So being a smart business person and knowing that I'm only me, and as successful as I am right now, I can't service everybody. So if I take on someone as far as mentorship, there's a whole lot to business. What part of your business do you need mentorship in? Most people go into it thinking that one mentor is going to give them everything that they need, when you're going to need someone who specializes in understanding finances and can identify where your issues are in finance, and they can help you in that. You might need someone that's going to help you with marketing. You might need someone that's going to help you in branding, the designing side, the creation side, the production side. What's going to be the best thing to do as far as mailing and shipping stuff out, and everyone's going to be different. I'm not really in a position where I can share everything, because I am still you have to realize I'm still building a business. I have gone and moved from our house to where we have a whole entire building that we can run business out of. But is this the end goal? No. I am now in a new building phase. I can't go to where I'm giving so much on a personalized it's a personalized level as far as mentorship, where I lose sight of what my business is, right? That's how I ended up not doing customs. I put so much into this to go and help others based off of my journey, to where I wasn't keeping up with orders. I would have to stay up because I go and I'm online answering inboxes, answering emails. I'm on free calls, free Zooms. At the time, it was like free Skypes to help people and work them through their issues and stuff like that, to where these people that have paid me, I didn't, as my mama told me yesterday, having issues with time management and not taking care of those things. And now I have to be up 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to finish this order. So now I'm sacrificing sleep. I vowed to myself I will not do that again. So at this time, I don't have a quote unquote mentorship program, but I do have a business, like when I'm talking about business. So the business, creative business program will open back up, where it'll talk about pricing and understanding shipping, how I ship out. I can only instruct you on how I ship out stuff. If I have to create an entire curriculum based off of how you're set up, I can go and give certain resources or whatever, but I'm like, when it comes to me, I'm gonna tell you, okay, you can start out with, which we did. I can tell you how I started out, and that'll be a quick conversation. You can take from that and decide if that's what you want to do. where when we started doing labels and stuff, we were doing just paper, cutting them out, taping them down, because it wasn't as many orders. Like when I was shipping out just chip resetters or just ink. Then it was like, okay, well, let's at least get some stickers so we can just put that bad boy on there. I wasn't worried about any of my ink running because I don't use a dye-based printer. I use a pigment ink printer. People ask me about printers all the time. There's benefits to each one. So I was able to do labels because I wasn't worried about it. I didn't have to go and spend money, get a little fancy cover for it because I use pigment ink. It doesn't run. Then going from there to where then I upgraded to a rolling. What level are you on? And even when I try and do something, say it's for beginners, this is for beginners. You have people who might not be beginners that'll come in and then they want to say what your program wasn't, what it didn't provide you. I didn't learn anything. Maybe because you were on a different level and you didn't need the teachings that I have because you already knew it. You can either take something from it or keep it moving. But I'm very open. I'm very transparent and saying what it's for. Is it for beginners? Is it for beginners and beyond? Is this something that's more for advanced? When I did my stoles, I did level 1, level 2, level 3. If you know how to do tech stuff, you can't come in there and say, well, I didn't learn anything. Well, baby, I said this was for beginners. When I'm teaching SVGs, if you already know how to put stuff together, and I started at level 1 for SVGs, and it's text-based because it was for beginners. Don't come in my class talking about I didn't learn anything. Were you a beginner? Did you already know the software? I said it was for beginners. So trying to create different programs where it's like trying to figure out what level someone's on. At this point, I don't have the resources because I'm not going to try and do it all myself anymore. I have to get it to where I have staff, or if it's going to be somewhere where I can partner with and be okay with it, I choose not to teach financials. So for me, my team and people that I trust and I know that they're going to give accurate information, I have no choice recommending National BBL for people to go to understand about your finances, because that's not the area I choose to be an expert in. That's not the area that I choose to be a know-it-all in. I know what I need to know for my business, and I went and got the education and the research I needed for my business. Sometimes you have to do the same. The areas that I choose to be a know-it-all, I choose to be the professor, I choose to be the best at, is, as far as teaching it, will be Silhouette Studio. And yeah, because I use it for more than just the Cameo and I use it in a lot of different ways, I'm going to keep on saying it. Y'all can't. I know the power of that program better than the people that actually created it. They ain't got 7 years of YouTube videos showing you amazing things that you can do in that software. They don't have 7 years of content showing you everything from a 42-inch cutout to a chip bag, to a label, to creating things for your small business. They rely on the videos of experts like me and people like me and influencers like me to promote their product, because they are not putting that same effort into their learning things. When have you ever known Silhouette America to have a school where you can go to them, the people that make the program, that make the machine, they designed the program? Where's their school for it? So because I've dedicated so many years of my life, you damn right, I know that program probably better than they do, because the CEO, probably has never looked at that damn program. They hire people to do stuff, and then, customer service, whatever. Is there somebody on their team where they're going and they're doing pretty much everything under the sun in that program? If they don't have that, then guess what? For all the stuff that you can do in that, yeah, I know that program really well. So I choose to do it. I know Photoshop, but I choose not to teach Photoshop. I know Illustrator. Choose not to go teaching design from Illustrator. That's just not where my passion lies, because when it comes to any of those, it requires a subscription. It requires you to spend out money. You can learn and get the foundation for your business from Silhouette Studio. And I learned that from me working it for my business, and I see the importance of it and how it can help other creative business owners. So that's what I choose to teach from. Am I a very successful business person? Yes, but I'm not building my platform on that. I'm not in a position where I'm ready to go and say, hey, I'm going to help you build your entire business, because I didn't learn this business from one person. Every job I've had, and if you haven't seen that video, I told you, who am I? Get to know the professor. Every job that I've had, good and bad, has gotten me to this point. I know how to process the information that I have learned over the years to get me to this point. And sometimes, and for some, you're going to have to learn to do the same thing, is to learn from experiences. Be okay with failing, be okay with mess ups, be okay with hiccups, oops tumblers, oops shirts. You're going to have to be okay with that, because every time you're going to learn something from it if you apply it properly. So I appreciate those who say, man, you're very smart. I talked about it so crazy because yesterday, and someone's asked me about logos. So I end up getting a couple inquiries, and it was like, I've never heard anyone talk about logos like that. And it was like, that makes a lot of sense. I only got mine in one. And yep, you're right. I can only use it a certain way. So when I hear people say that, I was like, okay, I'm doing something right. So do I have one? No, but you are more than welcome to join the programs where and the other thing is, because I teach right to others, I'm always sometimes cautious about what I say, because I'm fearful that people feel like I will be talking about them directly. But the things that we go through can help another business person. Sometimes I have to talk about the crazy things that happen. There's something that happened this past weekend, and got a video, and I had to watch that video a couple times because I was a little lost. And it wasn't to necessarily like pick, or it's just that like man, people need to understand that these are things that you go through, as the personalities that you come across, and you have to be able to deal with them. You have to know how to deal with different personalities, or people, how you gonna respond to that? What you email back to them? I had to take a breather and make sure that it did not come off like kind of crazy, because I was thrown off by it. Dealing with chargebacks and stuff like it's so much to business. And sometimes I want to have open, candid conversations, but I also, if I do that, sometimes I'm talking about the people. I mean, because this is my business. My business is to educate others. My customer base are other people who need my services or products. So if I go and I start teaching business and understanding it, I can only teach you from my experience as a business owner. And unfortunately, you are a part of my experience. So if you do something that look crazy, I'm telling y'all now, actually the content I'm about to do, you want to block me, that's fine. You don't want to follow me no more. But if I'm going to talk about business, my business is teaching others. And sometimes y'all do some crazy-ish. Y'all do. Y'all say some crazy stuff. Y'all do some crazy stuff. And that's content for me, because that is the business that I'm in. And that will help somebody who wants to get into this. So that's the only reason why I'm like, and also I'm not prepared. Like, I might come on here and look very strong, but look, I'm a marshmallow. I'm a Gemini, so I have two sides. And that real sensitive side, baby, she's sensitive. She'll drop a couple tears and be ready to fight at the same time. Like, be hurt, the tears of hurt, but also these hands be ready to fight, in this mouth be ready to channel the spirit of my dearly departed grandmother, Patronia Hadley, baby, who can cuss you down like it wasn't nothing. Sometimes that Patronia blood that runs through me want to go and say a couple colorful words. So it takes a lot of constraint. It takes a lot of restraint and discipline to not do that. So if I were to do this full-on mentorship program, most people are not going to want to people say they want it, but when you give them the real, when you break it down and you are honest with them, I can do nothing but be honest. And it's honesty based off of my experience. If you come to me for advice, you're coming to me looking for guidance, you want me to be a mentor, that means that you like something or you see something in me that I need a piece of that. I can't adjust to what you're doing, because obviously what you are doing is not working for you. So I'm not going to go and cater to you. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear based off of my experiences, my preferences. And for a lot of people, they can't handle that. And they're going to say that you're this, you're that. And I'm too sensitive for that. For you to be going and coming at me and sometimes you want to be mentored and you're going to go and backbite and say this and create. Look, I feel for the what's her name? It's something AG. I'm not going to say her whole name because I'm not going to give her no y'all to figure out who it is on my platform. But there's literally an entire group created to bash this person, whether you like what she does or not. Look, I might have some folks block my content from their group, but I don't think I've ever had no whole group made like, let's talk about Shakia. Like that's some crazy-ish. Literally an entire group. I ain't got time for that. And then I come across me like inboxes and stuff. I got your girl is sensitive, okay? I want to cry, cuss, and fight this weekend. I'm not ready for that. I don't think y'all really want my honesty where it's really to help you and elevate you. I don't think half of y'all really want it. And I'm not in a position. If I do it, I'd rather have a team to where, okay, this is a certain area. Okay, this is what they need to hear. And maybe you might be a little bit more tactful. This is what they need to hear, but your personality works better. So I'd rather have an employee or have someone on staff that can deal with different personalities, because my personality ain't made for everybody. And I understand and I'm okay with it. Yes. Maybe not a group, but they sure do lives. Well, hey, and they sure do. Yes, folks got that kind of time. They really do. They have that kind of time. I love to hear you speak. That passion. I'm glad you see it as passion. Because some folks see it as me being rude and talking down to folk, but you know. Let's see. Someone reported the blank spot for hate speech. People are miserable. I did use that word. See, I ain't the only one saying it was miserable. All right, so let's see. Where are we at here? I'm about to get off of here because I do have work to do. It's cheer season. Competition is on Sunday, and I have 3 teams to do cheer competition signs for. So I got to get to work. I'm connected to the blank spot on several platforms and auto text messages, but wasn't aware of a YouTube channel. Hey, Eric, D, y'all hear that? I'm connected to you on a bunch of platforms, but they didn't know you had a YouTube channel. That means I'm gonna need y'all to make some TikTok content, and I'm gonna need y'all to push YouTube. What's her name? Her name is Marvelous Me Designs over here on YouTube. She said she's connected with you on several platforms. She even on your text message list. And in your text message, you ain't letting folks know you got a YouTube. I'm gonna need you to let folks know you got a YouTube. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm here listening and supporting. I'm at work. We'll catch playback. Keep it up. We got you. Oh, thank you. Yes, you helped me tremendously. Thank you so much for your honesty. Keep it real. That's why we listen. Hi, Hans. I'm gonna put you on blast right now, right? So I might say, okay, if you feel like you're a newbie or whatever, beginner, don't take my class. I was so honored because she's technically been using Silhouette Studio longer than I have. And for her to say on more than one occasion in the 30-day training that she's learned so much, like she thought she knew the program, but it's like, I'm showing her stuff like, dang, that exists. I didn't know you can do that. I always talk about that. I'm like, there's someone, she said she's been using it longer than me. I taught someone that was using the program longer than me. That's amazing to me. I'm not being professional at all. Why would you care about other crafters? Right now, you are no better than them. I don't understand what you meant by that, but okay. Obviously, you took whatever I said the wrong way. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can't control how someone else processes what you say. Because I'm not sure what I said. I mean, I'm not for crafters right now. my target audience is helping people to build business. If you are a crafter and that's where you choose to stay at, there's no shame or blame in that. I mean, there are certain things that I craft, I don't do professionally, but for what I am doing and how I am building my business, it is not for the average crafter, because you're not going to understand the things that I say from a business standpoint. And that's all I said. But you are more than welcome to feel the way that you feel. And I cannot change that. My goal is not to change how you feel. Although I was a debate captain and won quite a few matches, being able to persuade folk to see things my way. I am no longer in that state. I'm not going from debate captain Shakira Zelatranis Lavelle Pericles. Hey, this is me. And I have learned that people are going to take it a certain way. It's going to resonate with people a certain way based off of your personal experiences, your preferences, maybe how you're feeling today. Maybe today might be a bad day for you, but you're triggered by certain things. And that is okay. My goal here is to speak my truth and my perspective and how I feel about things. If it does not agree with your spirit at this time, that's perfectly okay. You are more than welcome to still watch, or if you don't like it, you are more than welcome to block yourself. So we're looking to start in November. We already had plans because we're going to the Dolphin game, and I have cheer competition. I have cheer competition this weekend. Yeah, this coming weekend, November 6th. We have the game on we're going to football games the following week. So we're looking like mid-November, but you actually still came in. Like, so as far as like a group class, like that one, but we have people that have actually booked to come in for basically like one-on-one sessions. So we're doing that like now. It's not advertised. Most people, because I talk about it, they inbox me and I let them know. So as far as it being like advertised on our platforms, we haven't done that yet, but we've had people inquire and they've come in to want to like learn and stuff like that, especially after I did the whole session with my husband. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Hans. Yes, you do. I've learned so much from you regarding silhouette over the last 7 years. You know I do. Aquisha, your issue is just confidence, because you'll be rocking it out. Like, I don't know what to say about you. Gemini here. May 30th. I'm a May baby. Oh, Professor, don't talk about us too bad because you don't know what you don't know. So we may ask a crazy question. But I like crazy questions. When people ask crazy questions, I don't see it as crazy, because I can feel that. I know for me, I can't say how other people perceive it, but I literally, I'm not gonna block. Oh, baby, I don't block nobody. That take energy. That take work from me to block them. So I ain't gonna block nobody. You don't like it, you can block yourself. But I'm not fit. I got to go and I got to find you. I got to click down, go block, and then they ask you why you blocking folk. I ain't got time for no questionnaire to block you. Are you sure you want to? Have you ever tried to block somebody, especially on YouTube or Facebook? They give you a whole questionnaire. Are you sure once you do this, they won't be able to contact you? Baby, I said block. I ain't got time to do extra work. So they can block me if they want, but I'm not finna do the extra work. No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm not sure who's watching, but no, ma'am. No, sir. No, ham. No, ma'am. No, Pam. Okay. Not I said the cat, the dog, or the frog. But I like questions, right? So I end up creating like videos from stuff, or like sometimes people will ask a question and I'll end up making a video. So my husband's like, oh, you're live too much. I'm live because I don't like editing. I could pre-record. I went through the pre-recorded phase. And one of the things I went one time where my microphone wasn't working, right? So I went and I did this whole pre-recorded video for 20 minutes. And I go back and listen to it. Sometimes I will listen to or like one part, like it went out. The first part had audio. And when I uploaded, people was like, oh, the audio went out. I ain't got time for that. When I'm live, my people let me know. Shakir, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Okay, boom. Mike, y'all can hear me now? I can go. I ain't got to edit it. I don't have to redo it or whatever. So I like live videos and I love questions. Like I literally do Q&As and I do questions. No, to me, I always tell people I'm a safe space. I don't ever consider something to be a crazy question. I'm just going to answer it. Now, I mean, it's a crazy question and I might go and be like, man, but I'm still going to answer it. So it's just passion for sure. do a work with me. What do you mean? I do that all the time. I do watch me works all the time. In the ink zone, I've done watch me works. Oh, do you mean for the cheer signs? Oh, baby, if I do the cheer signs, it will definitely be in my ink zone. It will not be for free. Some look, bad apple spoiled the bunch. Y'all can't get all my goodies for free no more. People are overly sensitive. I want to listen to you while I work as well. Okay, I won't put that one on the screen, but okay, yeah. I mean, that's how you feel. I'm moving to Miami for one-on-one class, and we got a whole living space for you too. My mom has an Airbnb. You sent me an email? I love hearing you tell this story, and it's still true, still learning. Aw, I don't know. I'll have to go. Which one was on? Oh, here's another thing, right? I didn't realize until someone tried to message me about what's the thing called? Logos on my Linktree. It's probably people thinking I'm ghosting them. I didn't realize that on my Linktree, I put info at hsink365.com and not admin. There was technically no info when set up on our SiteGround. So I just had to do that. So if you've ever emailed me from my Linktree at info, I'm sorry, I didn't get it, but it's now set up so that it can match. So I make mistakes also and end up forgetting little things. So yeah. All right, y'all. I am about to go because, like I said, I have to do these cheer signs. I will probably share as far as like just designing them and setting them up. But as far as like the cut process and doing all of that, I got to go and tape everything off so that my husband can cut it all down for me. But I will have the video where you're just going to kind of see me do the template and put in the names and stuff. It's just text. It is the easiest money ever. But you got to be in that space. You got to go and you got to network and you got to have those resources and have those sources where people will know to come to you and ask you for things like that. But it's the easiest money ever. It is Coroplast or PVC. I'm going to talk about that. So like when I do business stuff, I like to kind of talk from, understanding that there's different price points, right? So we have, when I do it, you're going to see there's a couple different sheets we have. So there's a thin Coroplast, there's a thin PVC, well, medium-sized PVC, and then there's a thick Coroplast. So it's like, I can give you a cheer sign. What quality do you want? I can give you the thin one, but it just might bend. It might not be, it can bend if they're not careful with it, right? They're not using the right way. I can give you a thicker one that's going to stand up. It's a better quality, but you're going to pay more for it. Still Coroplast. Or I can give, and like, you might have somewhere, like if you drop it, it's going to dent in because it's still plastic. Or you can get this PVC that's going to stand the test of time. I mean, that thing, you can do whatever. It's lightweight. It's not going to hurt. It's still within regulation for cheer. But with this one, you don't have to, this can last a really long time. And if you wanted to, you already have this sign, you're just doing cheer signs. I can peel this off of here and just give you new cheer signs. So you just pay for your PVC and have your words on it changed every single year. So that's an option that they have. So the next time they're saving money, right? All of my cheer signs, I'm going to set the template up the same way. But what they pay is based off of the quality that they want, because there are levels even to cheer signs. So I will do that one. And I kind of talk about that on the business side of it and the different qualities and like why each one is chosen, but it won't be on these free platforms. And also remember, if you are watching this over on YouTube, this is not staying up on my YouTube platforms. I did it so that I can kind of just go and discuss it, but it will not be staying up on my YouTube platforms because this is not really like the arena for those different discussions. So if you ever want to see the playback of it, you want to share with somebody, it will be on my Facebook business profile, Shakia Lavelle, or on Silhouettes Anonymous, because that is really an extension of just Shakia the Professor and just general talk. But I can't change the name of the page, so it's on those two platforms. But and on YouTube, my bad, it will stay on 365 Creative Academy. It's going to stay up there. But if you're watching on Honestly Speaking, or if you're watching on Silhouettes Anonymous YouTube, you won't see this video anymore. You'll see it where it says private, and it'll stay private for a month so I can get my coins, because mom ain't raised no fool. And after a month, I'm probably just going to go ahead and delete it. but you can watch it on 365 Creative Academy or any of my Facebook platforms. Okay. All righty. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.